50, Jordan Bennington. Let's go, Browns!
Welcome to a very special Hockey Fights Cancer edition of Inside the Note, brought to you by Siteman Cancer Center. Now typically, this arena would be packed with fans flashing their I Fight For signs, and survivors would be ringing the Siteman bell. But although this year's circumstances are different, we still wanted to share with you some of the inspiring stories of those battling this disease. And you might not know just how close to home cancer hits for the family of Blues assistant coach Mike Van Ryn.
Well, Mike, it was great that you had the opportunity or are willing to give us a few minutes of your time, because something happened to you, Amber, specifically in August of 2016. So you take us through that journey that month back in 16.
So we had 3 little kids. They were 3, 5, and 7 at the time. And you have so many doctor's appointments. As you know, when you have babies, you assume you must be super healthy. I started having pain in my chest, so I thought maybe I pulled a muscle. I went to go see a midwife, and I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer, and I started chemotherapy, I think within 3 weeks of being diagnosed. So it was definitely a big shock, not knowing for my kids and for Mike, like for life, it was a really rough time for sure.
Mike, how did this experience, this year and a half with your wife, seeing the struggle and the unknowns and uncertainty, how has this changed your perspective on life today moving forward?
Well, I think you value it more. As awful as the pandemic's been, we have spent a lot of time with our kids. You realize, going through it, it could have been the 4 of us and not 5 of us. So, I think anytime we can have the 5 of us and doing something that you can create memories, doing anything, if it's fishing or it's going to the beach or it's just sitting around playing board games at the house. You value the things that you can do as 5.
Was it May 3rd of 2017? Some sort of ring went off, and that was a good sweet ring for you guys. Tell us about that day.
Yeah, at the hospital, when you're done with radiation, they have a bell that you ring when you're done. And so we got to have lunch with my family and some of my girlfriends, and Mike and Kaylee took the day off school. So yeah, that was a really big day.
We would see people ring the bell all the time when we'd be sitting in the lobby waiting to go in. So it was almost like you'd see them do it, and it was like, all right, that's our goal right there. Every time you'd see somebody come out and ring it, it's like, okay, that's gonna be us.
Amber, I wanted to ask you, because I spoke to some cup carriers last summer when all the celebrations were pretty much wrapped up. I go, was there one story or one day that really stood out to you? He said the day in South Florida with the Van Ryns was probably the most impactful day that I think I've had as a cup carrier in a very, very long time. And I was hoping that maybe you could kind of share that experience about taking the cup to a specific place and what it meant to you.
Yeah, so we asked people if they want to take a picture with the cup to donate to Pink Up the Pace, which is a breast cancer organization here in town that helps people with free treatments and to get diagnosed and do everything they need for like breast health. And so that was a really, really good turnout.
We were telling them too, like Amber, when she was going through all of her treatments and stuff, she would go down to the beach and she would always park in the same parking lot and go down on the beach. And this street had a different name, but it was funny, when we won the cup, it had just been changed to Gloria, and that's no lie. So it's very ironic that happened.
I got goosebumps. I don't get goosebumps all that often, guys. That's amazing. So the same beach where you had a lot of struggle for a long time and probably had a lot of prayers, and you take a cup there as a healthy woman with a wonderful family, and then it's named Gloria. That's an amazing thing, and I can see why it was such an impactful story for them. But you two, I want to just thank you, Amber, for you sharing your story, for your strength, Mike, for you hopping on as well. And I promise I won't take any more of your time up, because I know Mike's probably got some dinner to cook tonight.
Thank you to Amber for sharing her inspiring story. And it was only 1 year ago that this entire building was inspired by a group of young cancer patients who took over our in-game presentation.
And in goal, number 50, Jordan Bennington.
From announcing the starting lineups to taking over the radio booth, we began a tradition that we hope to resume once everything is safe again, so these kids can keep showing us their strength and courage. And few will ever be as brave or strong as our friend Ahris Dugan. Now, for those who don't know, Ahris stole the hearts of Blues players and fans whenever she took a road trip with the team back in 2017. And although she is missed every day, her family ensures that she lives on. I'm here at Centene Community Ice Center, joined by Lori Zucker, the mother of Ariana Dugan, who the Blues organization holds so dear to its heart. Lori, it's been a while. Great to see you.
Great to see you too. I'm so excited to be here.
It's hard to believe that we just passed Ahris' 3-year angelversary, as your family so gracefully calls it. I know that you've been working endlessly during that time to make sure that her legacy lives on. How have you been able to do that through the Spread Ahris Light Foundation?
We started with a mission statement of being able to help people and support families who are dealing with pediatric cancer like Ahris was, and to go from there to do whatever we possibly can to help. Our main focus was to create a dance therapy program so that other children in the hospitals and even maybe outside the hospital can have that extra expressive therapy in order to help bring joy and happiness to them. Ahris loved to dance so much, and so that little even piece of it that we could give to someone else would be so amazing. So we started a program at St. Louis Children's Hospital where we have a dance therapist that started off working 3 full days a week, which is just amazing.
Now, I know the foundation has an annual event that will be coming up hopefully in the spring here at Centene Community Ice Center,
Yes.
which is why we're here. That is the annual gala. Can you tell me a little bit about what that event entails?
Absolutely. So this year, because of the situation that we're all in, we chose the Centene Community Ice Center because it's a covered outdoor venue. So in April 17th, we'll be inviting people to come and physically distance and watch a beautiful variety dance show, entertainment, using the arts to help entertain everyone. And all of that money raised that night will go to the Spread Ahris Light Foundation and pay for all of these programs that we're working on.
Now, as you know, November is Hockey Fights Cancer Month, so there's some extra emphasis and some extra focus from everyone about how they can give back. But as someone who went through a child being diagnosed with cancer, what do you think is the most beneficial things that people can do to give back to this cause?
Pediatric cancer, of course, is very near and dear to my heart. So many people are battling cancer, adults and kids, and with the kids, they really need support with research, and they need support with just all the little services. The families can't work because they're with their kids, or they have to be in the hospital and they need extra support for their families at home. So any support helps. The Spread Ahris Light Foundation, if you were to go to our website and donate there, that money would be used to support these pediatric families, especially locally in St. Louis.
And Lori, it was so great to be able to catch up with you. Your family is always part of the Blues family, and thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for having me.
As an organization, we will do our best to continue spreading Ahris light, and we hope that you do the same. And there is another friend of the Blues who could use that light and positivity right now, and that is Tony Patrico. Now, he's hyped us up at many Blues games, and now it's our turn to hype him up as he recovers from surgery following a kidney cancer diagnosis. So best wishes to Patrico and his family, and we wish him a speedy recovery. Now, while we thank Siteman Cancer Center for bringing us this episode tailored around the Hockey Fights Cancer Initiative, we would be remiss if we did not take these last few moments to celebrate and recognize the life of Rick Schwartz, father of Jaden Schwartz, an electric personality who we referred to as the captain of the dads, will be greatly missed.
Let's go, Browns!
You're going to do wonderful things.